Chris. Get up. You made a commitment. Run. First thing every morning. You said you'd do it.
Yeah, but that was 18 days ago at 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. Now it's 5 a.m. on a Saturday. Then, yeah, getting healthy seemed really important, but now getting a little extra sleep seems far more appealing. So,
maybe after another hour of sleep.
Has that ever been you? You made a commitment to form a new habit, but now you're struggling to follow through. Not bad. Let's go. I call this the New Year syndrome. We make that New Year's resolution, we make that commitment, and if we're gonna make a commitment, we're gonna go big. I'm gonna go all in. I'm gonna do something that's gonna change my life. The problem is sometimes I go too big, and I try to create a habit that's not sustainable. There's no way I can follow through on it. Yeah, I'm gonna do great the first couple of days, maybe the first couple of weeks. If I'm real lucky, I might get a month or two out of it, but most of the time, the habit I created wasn't sustainable, and I give up, or I just stop doing it. New habits are always easy in the beginning because we're inspired. Hey, when you're inspired, no discipline required. You're gonna do it and follow through, but what happens when that inspiration begins to fade? Because it usually does over time. Are you still gonna follow through on that commitment when it starts to feel like work? Is it still important then? This is where we have to remember our why. This is when we have to remember that to actually walk in maturity, to actually move towards growth, means doing the things you don't want to do so that you can become the person you want to be. And it's not possible without discipline. And I know discipline makes us feel that it's impossible. But there's ways to make discipline easier. And the best way to do this is to take whatever it is you're trying to accomplish, whatever it is you've committed to, and move it from something you kind of are forcing yourself to do into a habit. You know that feeling when you're driving home from work and all of a sudden you find yourself at your house and you don't even know exactly how you got there? Yeah, it's because you drove home out of habit. What is a habit? It's something we do that doesn't require any brain power or mental energy. We just do it without thinking about it. I'm gonna give you some tips to help you build habits that last. But first, I wanna know, what is a key habit you're trying to build in your life? I created a whole series just about the habits of my morning routine. And if you'd like to check that out, I'm gonna link it above and in the description below. And if you're finding value in this video, go ahead and hit the like button. Growth doesn't just happen when we work out for 2 weeks and then stop, when we pray for 4 days and then skip 3 weeks, when we read 2 chapters of a 12-chapter book. Growth happens when we make it a consistent part of our life. I want to give you 3 tips to build a habit. The first, make it obvious. I can't tell you how many times I plan to instill a new habit or keep this morning commitment, and I just straight up forget to do it, right? Like last night, I planned to go jogging this morning. This morning I wake up. Guess what? I didn't even think about until I was well into my morning. Jogging? Whoops. So make it obvious. Pull out your jogging clothes the night before. Put your running shoes in a place where you'll trip over them. You won't forget because you'll see it. It's obvious the first thing you do. Oh, that's right, I'm gonna go jogging. Put those on and get moving. The second tip is to make it easy. I think one of the biggest pitfalls we have when creating new habits is we're too ambitious. We forget that we don't really want the new habit. We want the results that the habit provides. And so we start off big, say, hey, I'm gonna run 3 miles every single day. And it's like, hey, we might do it for 3 days, 5 days. But then we run out of steam. We run out of the mental brain power to propel us forward. But if we get the habit in place and then build to our ultimate goal, we'll find that we're able to be more consistent. Instead of starting off with an hour workout, start with a 5-minute walk and do that 5 days a week. Do that every day. You can find 5 minutes to walk. If you can't, your schedule is too packed and you have some other issues that you need to figure out with how you use your time. Once you get those 5 minutes every day consistently, then you can start to build. Make it a 10-minute walk, then run for 2 minutes of those 10 minutes, then run for 3 minutes of those 10 minutes, then make it 15 minutes. Build slowly over time, keep the habit consistently, and you'll build and you'll find that you've done it. You've created a habit that is affecting and changing and improving your life. The third tip is habit stacking. This is where you take an existing habit and you add your new habit to that habit. Many times we try to create a new habit out of thin air, just kind of like, I'm gonna start doing push-ups, but just whenever I think about it or remember to do push-ups, that's when I'll do it. Well, what if instead we attached the new habit to something we already do? For example, brushing our teeth. Most of us brush our teeth every single day out of habit. I don't have to remind myself every day, oh, I gotta brush my teeth. No, it's a part of my morning routine. I do it out of habit. So if I wanna create a new habit like push-ups, I might decide I'm gonna do those right after a habit I already have in place. So I'm gonna brush my teeth and then I'm gonna do my push-ups. It builds into each other. It makes it more likely that we will follow through on our new habit if it's attached to a current habit. If you wanted, you could even decide to do the push-ups while you're brushing your teeth. Although I'm not sure I recommend that. Look, this is achievable for you. I promise this is something you can do. And if you're serious, if you'd like to go deeper in this, I want to recommend a book by James Clear called Atomic Habits. This book goes deeper into the things that I talked about, and there's a lot more to it. It even goes into like the science of how we form habits and why the principles he lays out works. But don't be afraid of the word science. Like, it's so simple and so easy to understand. I promise, if I can understand it, you can understand it. So check that book out. There's a link in the description. There's also a link for a free Audible trial if you would like to check out the audiobook. And be sure to check out my video series on the habits I've built into my morning routine. Hit the like button for this video and subscribe for more content like this, and I'll see you in the next video.
This isn't even my house.